Hello everyone, and welcome back to Killer Shrew Fans Killer Toy Reviews. After a brief hiatus, I'm back, ready to bring you more dinosaur figure reviews. I just got in a fresh shipment of new for 2017 Safari figures, and I am very excited to take a look at all of them. But we're going to start off with a personal favorite from the bunch. It's this guy, the new for 2017 Safari Limited Einiosaurus. And wow, this figure... I mean, Safari has just been hit after hit after hit this year, and this guy is no exception. He is awesome, and we're going to give you a closer look. But before we do that, I got to give props to Safari for something real quick. As you can see, he does come with a tag, as do all Safari Limited figures, and if you're like me, and I know that I am, I like to keep my models looking as new as possible, and sometimes that means keeping their tags on. But with this, I have the option of taking it off and putting it on whenever I feel like it, because it is rubber. I mean, in the past, these little bands have been plastic, and if you sniff that, you're done. You can't put it back on, you can't reattach it, you can't make it look like it just came off the shelf. You are done. But this, I can reattach this and take it off at will, which makes displaying it all the better for me. And I gotta say, I love that they have started to do this. Like, I hate the plastic tag holders, like, then you have to choose, you know? But now, you don't. Thank you, Safari Limited. Thank you for giving me the ability to take this tag off and put it on at will. I really appreciate that. Now, as with any Safari Limited tag, on the inside, you see the species there, but on the inside, they have facts, but we're not going to bore you with any of that. We're going to give you a closer look at this toy. That's what you came for, am I right? So starting off at the head, as you can see, Safari Limited has not left a speck of space unattended to on this head. You've got scales of varying sizes all over the face, going down into the beak, which has been textured in a slight way, just ever so slightly, enough to make it not plain and boring and drab. Going up, you see that iconic curved horn of the Einiosaurus, which, it's gorgeous here. It really is. It flows very nicely. Usually you'd think this would look just awkward on a toy, but it looks really great with this figure going down the frill up into that curve. It's just beautiful. I don't even know how to describe it. It's gorgeous. The mouth has been painted pink, and on the inside, it has been sculpted, if only in the slightest, but it's nice to see that they're trying with such a small surface area. They didn't just paint it pink and say, here you go, and I appreciate that effort. I really do. Going up the head, you can see a very attentive and alert eye in both sides. They did a really nice job making that eye very lifelike. They have a slight gloss on it so it catches the light, and that is just beautiful. I love seeing that. You've got some nice ridges above the eyes, the cheekbone. Going up into the frill, you see all of the little horns, then the two big ones in the back, and they painted some patterns here, like a butterfly's wing. It's beautiful. It's a nice splash of colors, and, you know, frills may have been used as a mating display, so it's really cool to see that they were doing something, they were going in that direction, trying to make this part a little flashy, a little more colorful than the rest of the figure. Going down the neck, you see some lovely folds and wrinklage and cords standing out as the creature stretches its neck forward, and it blows my mind, the amount of detail that they put into these things, the amount of attention that they pay to how the anatomy would look under different circumstances. It is just incredible. Going down the body, you've got a nice, powerful looking leg taking a step forward while the other side is just sort of bracing the creature against the ground, and you can see lovely folds of skin bagging up at the bicep in there, and it's just awesome. Going up, you see some lovely skin bags folding at the top of the belly, and beautiful. They've got these bumps and scoots and ridges going all the way down, which is lovely to see. It really gives the idea that this is a roughed skin creature. You've got a nice powerful thigh back here going down to a nice powerful calf, and down into some lovely, lovely toes. Again, they were not weathered, you know, not really which is kind of disappointing. I kind of would have liked to see them look more like elephant nails instead of just like black, you know, but it's whatever. That's a small complaint. And on the other side, you've got another very powerful looking leg. You can see the muscles standing out, the folds of skin right here at the belly too, going down into that nice, powerful looking, graceful shape. Going down the tail, you've got more skin bags all the way to here, and then it sort of just tapers out. And at first I thought this tail seemed a little long for a ceratopsian, and maybe it is, but looking at the skeleton of the Einiosaurus, it's not bad. It really isn't. It's very close to being accurate. On the underside, you can see all of the pertinence and such. Safari Limited, Miami, Florida, Einiosaurus 2017, blah, blah, blah. And here's something. Cloaca. They included that, which is always good to see them including something anatomically accurate. The entire figure is a sort of green with underlying rust color, except for those color patches, of course, and the horns, but that really could have come across as drab and flat, but it looks like a real reptile. It's crazy. This figure is insane. I mean, look, they covered the entire thing with scales of different sizes. It's not repetitive, it's not boring, it's not plain, it's just natural looking, it's beautiful. Safari Limited has another complete knockout. Like, I think they're due for a failure at this point, but not this one. This is another great figure from the 2017 lineup. Oh, I love it. I love it. Now, you may be wondering, Killer Shrew fan, just how big is this toy? Well, let's grab our trusty dusty tape measure and find out. So from the tip of the tail all the way to the furthest point, which is going to be the tip of that nose horn, you're looking at right around 6.5 inches long, somewhere in that zone. And from the base all the way to the highest point, which is again the nose horn, you're looking at right around a little under 3 inches tall, right around 3 inches tall, which is a pretty decent size. I mean, it's very similar to their previous ceratopsian species, and we're going to get into that here. Size comparison time. Let's start off with the Safari Limited Nasutoceratops, and like I was saying, as you can see, these two are very similar in size, and even in make. You've kind of got the same style of scale going on in the body there. Granted, this one has all the little scoots and ridges, then this one lacks that, but you can kind of see what I mean. Safari Limited seems to follow a formula when it comes to making their ceratopsian figures, and I mean, it works. Their ceratopsian figures are, for the most part, all great, and the Vagaceratops, which I also have, is similar in size to this guy, so yeah, they do follow a similar formula in size and look and things like that. Which, you know, some could consider lazy, but I mean, it works. Why, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I always say. Next up, we have the also new for 2017 Safari Limited Parasaurolophus. Now, this has been recently reviewed on the channel. Link will be in the description below. And if you saw that video, you know that I absolutely love this Parasaurolophus. But I gotta say, I think the Einiosaurus has got it beat. It is just incredible. It really can't be compared to this. I mean, they're horses of a different color here, but both of them are great. Safari Limited has just knocked it out of the park this year. I've said that like a dozen times in videos past and in this video, but it deserves to be said. It's hit after hit after hit, and the Parasaurolophus is no exception. The Einiosaurus, no exception. Next up, we have the also new for 2017, Safari Limited Tyrannosaurus Rex, and as you can see, this figure towers over the Einiosaurus, but you can kind of get an idea of how these two look scaled up next to each other. And again, link is in the description. We have reviewed this figure, and yes, we love this one too. You guessed it. I mean, Safari Limited, I think, is just killing it this year, which makes me really excited for 2018 to see what they have in store that year, because all of these figures have just been incredible. And finally, as with all of our videos, if you don't have any of the new for 2017 Safari figures or the Nasutoceratops, head on down to your kitchen and grab yourself a nice fresh banana. That way you can see how these two would scale up next to each other. That concludes our look at the new for 2017 Safari Limited Einiosaurus, and like I've been saying, this figure is yet another triumph from Safari Limited. So much so, I think it's gonna get a 9.5 out of 10. It is so close to being a perfect figure. I love it. I love it. It beats the Parasaurolophus, and if you remember that video, I gave the Parasaurolophus a 9 out of 10, so this one is a slight step above it. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you love this figure like I love it? Let me know in the comments down below if you already have it, or if you're planning on getting it, or do you not like this figure? Am I out of my mind? Let me know down below. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't be afraid to give us a like. Hit that subscribe button down there for more killer toy reviews, and we will see you in the next video.